That's my boob. Come here. Come here. Can you come a little bit closer? Just a little bit closer. Come here.
No.
Can you come a bit closer, please? Just to here. Out. Here. A little bit closer. Here. You can have a biscuit when you sat here. So come closer. Closer to me, here. Just put your butt here, please. No, not laying down. Come closer. Come here, come here. So, tilt your butt round. That's it, that's it. Yeah, that's... Your butt moved backwards. So, in a previous video... No, stay. So... Can you sit beside me, please? No, just sit beside me. I just need your butt here. Side. Starting over. So in a previous video, I made a pendant of Key's paw print because I wanted to be able to wear something that would always remind me of him. So even when I've had to leave at home or something, I've always got him with me. Now you're going to lay down and not be on camera. This little furry mound is Key. So I made a pendant with Key's paw print and my thumbprint on the back and put it on a chain to wear it because it's quite big. And I wore it every day since I made it. I realised that I don't get along with necklaces. All of the jewellery that I wear, I never take it off. My earrings. If I did take them off, I'd forget to put them back on, so I don't. So when I'm sleeping, I've still got the necklace on. It tangles in my hair at the back. Unfortunately, the actual pendant is too big to go on anything other than a necklace. So I had another idea, and it may sound a bit gross to some people. You've probably seen people making pendants out of shark teeth and things like that. And I may have collected Key's baby teeth. I'm not going to just stick his teeth onto some jewellery. I'm going to do what I did with everything else. Key, can you stop making my face out? Key, I will give you a biscuit in a minute. Can you just look at the camera? I know you want it. You have to wait a minute. I'm going to do what I did with his paw print, and I'm going to make a mould, and then I'm going to make a silver version of them, so I can have a tiny silver tooth, and I can put it on my bracelet, because I always wear my bracelet. Key, your dribbles everywhere. Okay, will you stop dribbling if I give you a biscuit? Will you? Will you stop dribbling? You just spit on me. Oh, you're gross. So like before, if you haven't seen my video making his paw print pendant, I've got a 2-part silicone putty. You mix it in equal parts, and then you've got about 15 minutes whack time before it hardens. I've got a non-stick plastic mat so that I can put the putty onto it. I'll fill in the backs of the tooth with the clay and then push that into the putty once it's mixed together, and then I have to leave it there until the putty goes off. You've got fishy breath now. His treats are very fishy. You got anything to add? Can you say hello?
Hello.
Good boy. Can you say it to the camera instead of the treat that's in my hand? Good catch. This is the pendant of Key's paw print, and there's my thumb on the other side. That's Key's dew claw, a pointy tooth, a tiny puppy canine, and there's a molar. You can see how hollow it is on the other side. A tiny little tooth. I think that one would look quite cute on my bracelet. Just warming up the clay so that it can be easily moulded into the tooth. So I've just pushed some clay into the end of the tooth. I'm going to do a single part mould of the molar, a 2-part mould of the better the two canines, and then a 2-part mould of this tiny little tooth. Oh, and look, I painted my nails for the first time in about 7 years. I've got Hollow Taco. Yeah, I haven't painted my nails since before I had Kia. I kind of stopped when I was doing my degree because of all the manual work. And I'm still doing a lot of manual work with my hands, so it doesn't tend to last very long. So I'm going to be putting Hollow Taco to the ultimate test. We're working with metal. I think the best way to make a 2-part mould of this one is laying flat. I filled in the back with some clay because there was a hollow down there. When you have a 2-part mould, you need to have registration marks. To do that, you can just push something into the putty. So I've got 2 little lumps of clay. The way to test if your mould is ready is you just press a fingernail in, and if it bounces back and doesn't leave an impression, then it's ready to go. Ah, that's really nice. This is very important when you're making a 2-part mould, is to have a mould release, because the silicone will stick to itself. So I need to smooth some mould release onto this mould. Now I just have to wait for those 2 to cure, and then I can start pushing the silver clay into the mould. And look, you can sleep next to my sloth without needing to play with it. You can see how the registration marks work. So these are proud, and then they'll line up perfectly with the other side. So I've got those 2 bits, which let me know that they are lined up properly. This is Art Clay Silver, a 999 fine silver, mixed in with a binder, which is clay. I have some left over from a previous project in an airtight container with a little sponge with some water. It keeps it moist, otherwise it'll dry out. Art Clay Silver is very sticky. It sticks to your fingers so bad, so you need to use the mould release on your fingers and on any tools you use. You want it to overfill half of your mould, so when you put the other part in, it can ooze into the shape. See how it's overflowed? So it's 2 days later and the clay is all dried out. Now I need to file and sand down the edges, and it's a lot easier to do that when it's in clay form than when it's in silver form. It's a lot softer, but you have to be very gentle, otherwise you can break it. This is all flashing, so I need to take that off where the clay spilled out over the mould. I can collect all of the clay dust and reuse it. Firing the clay with a torch, you have to heat it for 4 to 5 minutes depending on the size of it. You know the clay is at firing temperature when it reaches a cherry pink colour, and that's when you start your timer for 4 to 5 minutes. Keep the flame moving so you don't accidentally melt it. That silver tone you saw, that was it almost melting. So I quickly pulled the flame away so that it didn't melt. got a flat back, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I could stick it onto something. It's tiny compared to its adult canines. I've got some 0.8mm wire. I've just coiled it around my round nose pliers, and this will potentially be the jump rings that I use to attach the teeth to my bracelet. I'm going to use some hard silver solder paste. There's hard, medium and easy. Hard means it has the higher melting temperature, medium, middle temperature, and easy melts the quickest. So when you're making things that have multiple joints, you'll use the hardest first, then medium, then easy. That way you don't melt previous solder joints. Well, in theory. I've got a bit of solder on the back. I'll have to file that off. So fiddly. So I'm all finished, and I've got an update on my Hollow Taco nail polish. I'm sorry, Christine. I've definitely put it to the test. And it's mostly what's still there. It's definitely protected my nails, which is what I wanted it to do. 6 nails are still fully intact, so that's good. And it has been on for about 5 days. It's a cute mini shark too. The black stuff is the polish for polishing the silver. And there's his canine. This is his molar. I haven't polished it fully because I'm not sure what I'm doing with it. But this one is the one with the flat back.